Part 2. Think about it.
Episode 175.
I'm Sheila, also known as Sheila D37. I'm tired. I'm sorry.
She's always tired. She gets up at 5 in the morning. And I'm Wendy.
4:30, actually.
I'm Wendy, also known as Penny Wendy. And if you are a return viewer, thank you for coming back. And if you are a new viewer, welcome to the show. I did it in opposite what I usually do. It got me all confused.
This is what the show is going to be like.
Apparently.
We're just going to tell you that right now.
I have no excuse. So, I don't. Actually, I do, because I am now getting up at 6 in the morning. Whereas I used to get up at 7 in the morning because my daughter's in middle school and she has to be at school an hour earlier than she used to. So it's a change for me. Oh, I'm not saying it's worse than 5. I'm just saying for me.
Oh, I know.
Because I still go to bed at 11:30 or midnight. So instead of getting 7 hours of sleep, now I'm getting 6.
Well, go to bed earlier.
This is what is going to have to happen. It takes me a while to adjust. I can't just start going to bed early. I'll just lay there. Oh, I have to slowly, ease into a schedule. I have enough trouble sleeping as it is. Shout-outs this week. We'll show it during Baubles and Bling, but we got a huge box of prizes from Angelia McGar, who is a wonderful designer on Ravelry. And she just recently put out a new pattern. I think I saw it in her Baubles and Bling thread. And she sent us enough beautiful yarn prizes to last us like a year. It's a ton. I cannot tell you, Angelia, how grateful we are.
We're very grateful. Thank you very much.
We like to do as many contests and giveaways as we can, but we can't afford to buy prizes. And we save our, we have to use our money from donations and stuff for postage and
pins and
our P.O. box. And we do buy prizes with that money when we get low, but it's helpful when we can save it because we can eke it out over another year. Yeah. So excellent. Thank you so much. And I want to make a big announcement. This is the day that we are going to close the thread.
Doing it right now.
We're doing it right now. We're actually recording on Wednesday, September 3rd.
Yes.
We are closing the thread on September 3rd for the shawl giveaway. Unfortunately, it's going to take us quite a while because we have so many fabulous prizes. So we'll actually be announcing the winners during next week's show. We talked about it. We think it's just going to be easier because it's going to take a while. We also have 2 other drawings that we're going to announce next week. The Buried in Stash calendar and the Knits That Breathe PDF giveaway. So because of all that prize giving that's happening next week, we are actually going to move the book review of the sock book that we just got from Cooperative Press. We're going to bump that a week out so that we don't have to try to do all of the prize giving and a book review in the same show. It'll just be way too much. We left the thread open until right now. So, and you know what? If you have shawls to donate, you can always send them to her. I'm sure she would not turn them away. I did get an email from Lise, and she's coordinating everything. And she said people have come in and given her the shawls on a trip to Web, and she's been getting shawls mailed to her. And
very appreciative.
She's very appreciative, and so are the people that are getting them. So thank you, and I think we might like to do this next year at the same time because it was kind of fun. And I just want to show you, I have some shawls that were sent to us and given to us. I have some in my car and I have one over here. I went through my stash this weekend and these are the ones I am giving away. This is the, what is this called now? I can't remember it.
Sure, you got to make me.
I know.
I've done it.
Everyone's done it. Nancy.
Tea leaf? No.
No, it's pine cone lace is all I can remember of it. Shetland. This is the Shetland triangle.
Yeah.
This is the Shetland triangle. I made one originally from this yarn, which is from something Mountain. I can't remember what it's called, but it's in my notes. And my cat licked it when it was blocking. So I bought more of the yarn. But this yarn wasn't as bright as the original skein of yarn. I bought it online, so I couldn't really tell what it looked like. And so I made this again, and I love it. It's beautiful. And it's like a bamboo wool blend. It's really nice and drapey. But the colors are too muted for me, so I never wear it. So I'm giving that away. And then when I first started out on Ravelry, I knit this clapetee shawl out of blue heron. What is it called? Something rayon, rayon metallic. And I bought this at our local yarn store, and I loved the colors in the skein, but after I knit it up, they're not really my colors. But this is so, like, luxury, soft, and gorgeous. And so I'm giving that away. I never wear it. And the third thing is this walking shawl from Ann Hansen's design that I made. I bought the yarn at the New Hampshire Sheep and Wool, I think last year. And it's a nice thing. It has shoulder shaping, so it doesn't fall off your shoulders. This is perfect for somebody who'd be sitting in bed. I wanted to knit it, but I don't really wear it.
Find any use for it.
No, the shaping actually makes me not want to wear it. It looks too grandma on me. Not that you have to be a grandma to wear it, but I just think, like, if I was sick in bed and or if I sat in a chair knitting, this would be awesome, but for my active everyday life, it's just not my style. And that's out of an alpaca blend. I think alpaca silk. It's really nice. So those are all going with the other ones that I've been given and sent off to lease this week. So, and like I said, if you find some shawls that are hanging around that you don't want, feel free to look up the address on our show notes from this week and send them out. Nice. So yeah, big drawing next weekend. The book review is moved. And now we'll do on the dance card. And I believe I'm going first this week. I am knitting some obligation knitting. So I always talk about my baby niece. And the reason I talk about her so much is because my baby niece lives like 5 minutes from me and I see her all the time. But I also have 3 more nieces and nephews that live on the other side of the country. So I have a niece who is 10 and a nephew, I think he's 7. And when they were much smaller, like maybe 5 and 3 or something like that, I made them this fish hat from Knitty. You can see it on the people's heads.
Fish head hats.
It's called Fish Hat, Dead or Alive. And, it just looks like a fish's mouth is biting you on the head. They have big X eyes, but I don't use X's for mine. I
usually denote death.
Yeah, I don't want to give my niece and nephew dead fish hats. What I like to use are these buttons.
Yeah.
They look like eyes. So I have... This is my nephew's hat. You can see there's the fish mouth. In my... I think the last time I carried the yarn along, but I find it annoying to have to carry yarn for that much, so I've been just breaking the yarn. So that's how it looks so far. These are the lips. And this is the head part. I have another inch, maybe. I just started another blue stripe. And I have another inch until I start doing the decreases. And if you put it on your head, this is what it looks like. And then the eyes would be like over here. So anyway, my sister-in-law had written that they had lost and or shrunk their old ones from many years ago. And I offered to replace them. So I guess my nephew really likes blue. So I'm doing his in red, and it's the blue lips, the blue stripes, and I'll have a blue tail and blue fins and everything. And then my niece likes purple. So she is getting purple and pink. And these are all stash yarns. And the red, blue, and pink are Arcanian Nature Wool that I got cheap at when Fabric Place went out of business.
Oh, all right, yeah.
And the purple is some Cascade Heathers. I was
going to say it looks like Cascade.
Yeah, that I also got there. Gosh.
Too many years ago.
In 2008, 2007 or 2008. It was a while ago.
Was that when they closed?
2000, maybe 2009. But like, you know, like 5 years ago at least. So yeah, I started this. I actually cast this on last night. It's going really fast, and I'm knitting it on US 8s, and it probably would have been better on the 7s, which was recommended, but I can't find my 7s, so I just, it's a hat.
It'll be fine no matter what.
Yes. They loved them when they were little, and now they live in a place where it gets colder than it did when they lived in California. So I'm sure they will like them even more. And
that's an age that they like to show off funky hats, too.
That is. And, you know, I have to say, I love that I have people in my family that appreciate a hand knit, you know? And I love that they love the ones I gave them when they were little so much that they want me to make them again. Yeah. So that's really sweet, and, you know, I'm a good auntie, so I'll bang out 2 of these hats. So right now, that is all I have on the dance card. And I imagine this one will probably be done by next week because I'm like halfway done with it now. Yeah. They're really fast knits.
Well, with worsted weight.
Worsted weight on size 8s. And it's all stockinette, so. Yeah. I did make a couple of modifications. Instead of doing a straight transition, I did a row of red, blue, red, blue, red, blue in between the transitions, so it has like a little jagged line. I was thinking of doing like, to look like fish scales, but then I was like, oh, that's too much trouble. That's a lot of color work. This is more just...
If it was for yourself or for your own kids, it would be one thing.
I want to just bang these out because it is obligation knitting. It's not like I woke up one morning and said, I would love to knit another fish hat. And I have to knit 2 exactly the same, so that's going to be kind of annoying. But, so I did do that as a modification. And I do the fins and the side, the thing on the top. I guess they're all fins. The, like, side things and the thing on the top. I do them differently than they tell you to do them.
I don't remember. I don't remember how I did them.
I don't remember either, but when I come to that, I'll tell you, because I know whatever I do, it is not the same as what they say in the... I do it a way that I think is easier. I think the way that they had it written in the pattern, I was like, why would you do it like that?
Probably.
But I did, this time, I did go ahead and take the suggestion. You form the, like, the lip part where it goes like this with short rows, and I didn't bother to pick up the short rows. I think the last time I did because it bothered me not to pick them up, but this time I was like, I don't care. It says in the instructions you don't need to. I was like, all right. So that'll be the fish eyes. And that's all I have on the needles.
I paused because I was in the middle of a row and I didn't want to... No, I mean I finished a row. I didn't want to be in the middle of a row. Sorry. My brain's not functioning. It's been very busy at work. We're short-handed. So I'm working on my socks. But I've made progress.
Oh, yeah.
I got a heel. And I got, I'd say, half a cuff.
At least. I would be binding off at this point.
I know.
I don't make long cuffs.
The cuff I'm doing 3x2, just because I want some ribbing, and 3x2 knit purl is at least almost mostly knitting.
Why not do 4x1?
No. So I'm going to probably do maybe about an inch, maybe then add a couple of rows of the light blue, do another amount, and then, you know, we'll work at it that way.
That'll be cool.
Yeah. Just because I have this much blue, I think I have enough to do a few things. If not, no big deal. They're in my socks. I mean, they're in my shoes. So I'm a little worried, side note here, that I may not be able to wear my hand knit socks to work.
Why?
Because I am sweating my tail off lately.
Oh, well.
And I know winter's still a little further away, but I'm still a little worried because people keep saying, oh, it's so cold in here, so cold in here. And I'm usually one who's cold. Yeah. I'm not.
It's just, it might just be the humidity. It is really
Well, no, I overheard somebody saying that when she used to work overnight, she used to be always cold, but when she went to days, she stopped being cold all the time. And I'm wondering if maybe my circulation has changed. Because I was going to say,
it's always freezing there because we go there. But I've only ever been there at night.
Well, not
it's
only
always
that,
the emergency room.
It is cold there if you're sitting.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't been sitting lately.
I think it's humid there, though. I think there's a humidity there.
In certain issues, yes, because they are doing work.
Yeah.
And if the door is opened...
Yeah, the humidity gets in, and it doesn't matter how cool it is, you're still going to be sweaty.
Yes. So I'm working on those. I'm going to put them aside when I finished one sock.
Okay.
Just because I want something with more color. Sorry.
Hey, you're the boss of your knitting, lady. You are the boss of your knitting.
I'm not even going to be knitting socks. I'll explain that in my future dates. So here's my blanket. I am almost halfway done.
Woohoo!
So here is... Sorry about the stains. That'll wash out. It will.
Pretty. I like it.
Yeah.
You gotta hurry up and give that so we can send it.
I know. I know. I know.
Because I'm pretty sure the baby's already here.
No, it's not.
No,
not yet.
I thought it was.
Nope. Nope, not yet. So I did most of this on Friday, and I'll explain that in my crushes and heartbreaks. But yeah, so I'm still working on these two things.
Cool. Let's see. Rate your date. I have 2 dates to rate. Holla! Because I rule and you drool, my friend. All right. So Rita is finally done.
She's so cute.
She is. And look at her little Powerpuff tail. Puffy. Hello. I'm Rita.
I was going to say, her hat is... Did you already seam it?
I sewed it down. Yeah. It's her head. Sewed. Yeah. I sewed everything to her, like, down flat because I don't want the baby to be able to take it apart.
I see this. This is what I see the baby doing. It's just going to be like this.
Yeah. With a little perfect holding on to the arm.
And does your niece suck her thumb or anything? Because this is what I picture.
Yeah. Lovey.
Yeah.
I picture her picking all the yarn out of this Powerpuff tail. So we'll have to see. If she does, I'm going to take it off and I'm going to crochet just a round ball and stick it on the butt. But I loved the look of the tail, so I wanted it to be a powder puff. But that is Lolly Lala's Rita the Rabbit. And she is knit out of Karen Simply Soft Light. Crocheted, sorry. And she has safety eyes. And I'll probably put a little pink cheek on either side with some rouge. Just so she has that. And she is so sewed together that she is, I hope, indestructible. And that is going to be one of my niece's birthday presents at the end of the month. And it's done! No more crocheting. I'm never going to crochet with this Simply Soft Light again because it's too splitty. But it is such a better hand feel quality than the last time I knit with Karen Simply Soft. They've really upped their game. Way to go, Simply Soft. Way to go, Karen Yarns. So that's number 1. Number 2, after I finished, well, actually when I was almost done with Rita, I cast on Voodoo You Love Me.
Something like that.
I can't remember the name of the person. It's not Susan B. Anderson, is it?
No, I don't think so.
It's the other one. There are 2 people, sorry. There are 2 designers that make toys that I get confused.
There's quite a few people who make toys.
But there are 2 people that I always get confused, and this is, or is it No Knit Sherlock?
I think it might be No Knit Sherlock, but...
I don't know why I confuse them.
That's who I'm thinking. No, it's Susan Claudino.
Susan Claudino.
Voodoo You Love Me.
Voodoo You Love Me by Susan Claudino. If you've watched the show a long time, you will know that I made one of my own design based on this for Rachel of Diabolical Yarn out of my hand spun. And it came out so bizarre that I bought the pattern and made a regular one. And now I have the pattern. So this is a quick project that I wanted to make. I think he turned out super cute.
He is cute.
And so
is that going to someone?
Yes, that is going. I told you who I was going to send it to. I'm sending it to a friend.
I don't remember. You'll have to tell me later.
I'll tell you who I send it to after they get it.
Yeah.
I want it to be a surprise.
You don't even
Might make a few more. I have a few people that I'd love to send a little something to. That's such a quick knit. Like, That's such a quick knit that it's nothing. So those two things got done, and I think that really like spurred on my mojo. My son really enjoys wearing gloves. A lot of the times just on one hand, like Michael Jackson. He says he likes the feeling of the glove on his hands.
Okay.
So yesterday I had to go, and it is just on one hand, Michael Jackson. I'm not sure why. It's just the one hand, but since he's been small, he's liked to have one fingerless glove on.
Interesting. Did you make that, or is that a store?
No, we went to Joann Fabric yesterday to buy the eyes for the, he's running back and forth.
What was that?
That was his 3DS.
Oh.
We bought the eyes for the fish hat at Joann Fabric, and they had little sets of inexpensive gloves. This one had orange gloves with black fingerless gloves that you could wear over them, or you can wear them separately.
Yeah.
So they were $3, and some lady in line gave me a 50% off coupon, so I got them for $1.50.
Cool.
So he asked if he could have them because he's lost the mate to the other one that he always wears, probably because he only ever wears one. I don't know. I don't know why he does it. It's one of his quirks. Mm-hmm. But he was very grateful for them. So, and for $1.50.
Can't beat it.
Keep his hands warm, mostly warm since they're fingerless. I'll just roll with it. But that's all I have on Rate My Date.
I got nothing. Sorry.
She got nothing.
I was thinking I was actually reading an email.
Oh.
Well, I'll explain later.
Oh, okay. So, Whirlwind Romance, nothing new. I have not spun. The only time my spinning wheel moved this week is when my son spilled a glass of water on the floor. We had to pick it up to get it out of the way.
Okay.
So no Whirlwind Romance. Future dates. I just found out that I needed to make these, and I want to get them done and get them out to my niece and nephew before it gets cool, so they can have them all winter. So for the foreseeable future, this is my future date. And then I am going to sit down with my whips, and I'm going to make some decisions. I've been thinking a lot about them. I do have that beautiful lace weight from Leading Men Fiber Arts that I'm netting that Semille out of.
And you're just not loving it?
I think I might rip that out and knit something else that I like more. It's just I'm never going to internalize that lace edging pattern. So I'm always going to have to work from a chart. And I think that's why it's just so slow going. Like, I can't just tune out. I have to count, and it's, Mm-hmm. I think that I love that yarn so much. It needs to be in something that I want to knit and not something that is dragging me down. So that's the plan. Other than that, I got nothing.
Future date. So I am going to finish the sock, which I'm almost done. And then I think I'm going to cast on the duo cowl.
Oh, duotone cowl, yeah. I love that thing.
Except for I'm not going to do it with two yarns. I have a pink and gray self-striping yarn from Snitches that I've been dying to use.
Oh, that'll work.
Yeah, so... And it will be fairly quick because I think you used 7, or if it's DK, you use like a 7 or an 8 or something like that. So I'll use either a 6 or a 7, but either way it will be quicker than that. Yeah, and that'll become my my work project because it will be quick enough.
Yeah.
Although I've been doing pretty good with this just at work. Although I will admit that I did knit this in the car the other day.
Well, it's good to always have some car knitting.
Well, that's something smaller than my baby blanket, even though
the baby blanket starts to get a little awkward once it gets to a certain size. It's like a sweater. It's all good until it starts to have sleeves on it, and then it's like an octopus in your lap. And you don't want to take it anymore.
So I think that's it. And I love the color of this. I wish I could have done some more design elements, but that would have entailed taking it all out, and I didn't want to do that.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll just leave the sock as it is.
It'll just be a plain sock.
But I really need to start knitting my Blue Moon. I got something like 25 plus skeins of Blue Moon yarn.
Well, I think that's a good plan.
And, you know, in all honesty, I wouldn't mind them all being socks, because you can't.
They wear as well.
Well, not only that, you just cannot beat. And another thing I've realized, as much as I love this FLK, Fishless Kiss Heel, nothing fits my feet better than the Spice Man socks from
the Yarnisa
Magusset. I just love the fit and feel of that. I don't know why. This I couldn't do because I didn't have enough yarn in either of them, so this works well. But there's just nothing that fits better. And
I'm never going away from Fishless Kiss if I ever knit
socks. If I need to do a short row heel type of deal, I will always go for this.
I'm never going back to a gusset heel.
I know, and as much as I don't want to.
I don't even care if it doesn't fit my heel. I hate gussets. I hate knitting gussets.
But, I mean, I tried this on, and this fits so much better than when I had the cables on.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
But there's just nothing. This is 60 stitches, so maybe I need to do 64, because I like them a little looser.
Yeah, I usually do 64 on mine.
But
64 is my go-to number.
I just really like that fit. So the next sock I probably will make will be a Blue Moon Vibrant color.
But you know me, I don't really like knitting socks.
Oh, period. Well, why would you even need to?
I know, seriously. So. I told my mom she needs to start knitting me some socks.
Like, she doesn't knit socks anyways.
No, I know, but I had to get rid of several pair after the moth infestation, which is going well, by the way.
Yeah, speaking of which, we're going off on a tangent. That's all I have for future dates, is that my husband, when he cleaned out the boys' room, we were given little dolls when I was doing my swaps a lot more.
Yeah.
And there's one that has a moth-eaten hole in it. Mm-hmm. I can just fix it like a little stitch there, but I'm like, I need to do something. I need to maybe sprinkle lavender or something around the edges, because what's happening is it's in my carpet. The lava or whatever in my carpet, and whatever falls on the floor is what's getting eaten. And, the dolls you can't help that. The kids play with them and stuff. So I need to...
Yes, and if you have a wool carpet upstairs,
I highly doubt it.
They will also eat the carpet.
Yeah, mine's a Lowe's special.
Yeah, mine is from Building 19. So it's a wool carpet, but it costs like pennies. Compared to, it's not like a nice wool carpet, which is why I'm not more upset that there's a giant hole chewed in it. But I have been vacuuming. I've been trying to vacuum like every other day to try to catch them all. Yeah.
See, the problem is my boys' room setup is much better now that they changed it, and I think it will be okay. But my room setup, we have a king-size bed in a very narrow bedroom.
Yeah, that's right.
I literally have this much space between my bed and the wall, and my... what do you call the nightstand or whatever it's called, is squeezed in such a way that it's actually not the right way. It has a drawer, but the drawer is faced into the
because
mattress.
You had to turn it sideways. Yeah.
So the dust mites are underneath. So I think what I have to do is, pull some things out. And my husband and I have been talking about changing the mattress, rotating it. So maybe this weekend.
That'll be a good time to just
lift up the box springs and just
go under,
suck the dust out.
Yeah. Well, the good news is the way that I have my stash stored, my stash is fine.
My stash is fine. It's anything that falls.
Just if something falls on the floor in my bedroom, like a sock, when you kick them off under the covers and they fall on the floor, if I don't pick them up pretty quick.
Well, that's what happened to me with my Rembrandt socks that I call it. They were like one of my favorite, and I didn't realize I had lost them. So anytime that I kick socks now off, the next morning, or the next time it's daylight, because it's not always the morning, I'm looking for them and getting them up.
Pick them up. And I also, just as a precaution, I put all of my socks in a big closed plastic container with mothballs. that kill, and then I'll take them out and I'll wash them in the washing machine, hang them up to dry, and then I'm going to put them back in the container with the mothballs and run it a second time, and that should get rid of them.
Side note on the mothballs, you know how you cut up the lavender soap from Trader Joe's? Mm-hmm. I was at Trader Joe's the other day. They actually have lavender sachet things.
Oh, cool.
4 lavender lingerie bags, I think they call them, but they're little bags, they're like this big, and I'm thinking of getting them. I didn't have any cash on me there, and I didn't want
Good to know.
Yeah, I noticed them.
I would put mothballs and everything, but the smell of mothballs is so
that's
noxious.
why I'm thinking, the lavender might not be such a bad deal to throw in your sock drawer. I mean,
I have lavender sachets and lavender broken up pieces of lavender soap in all of my stash bags, because they don't like strong smells, I guess. I don't like to use mothballs because the fumes are noxious. And, Jim was like, just putting mothballs around the edge of the room. Well, that's unhealthy if you're going to be sleeping in a room. You shouldn't be smelling mothball smell. It's really not good for you. That's why I only use them in closed containers. So I have to resort to other methods like hardcore vacuuming and cleaning to get rid of the ones. I might get some of those sachets smaller. I might buy some lavender, put them in small sachets all around the edge of my room. See if that helps.
I don't remember how much they were. They weren't expensive, but
yeah, I might just buy like a pound of lavender and some of those little party flavor bags. Yeah, I think that's what I did the last time. So anyway, Baubles and Bling. This is what we got from Angelia. I think we need to take it out of the bags. Oh, let's not, because it's all packaged up.
All right, so Angelia gave us all bags of yarn, and from what we can gather, we think this one definitely is Blue Moon Socks That Rocks, the lightweight, and it's Fufara colorway. I could tell right away by the color.
She knew it was Blue Moon.
And I'm guessing that this is too.
We think that is. It looks
again,
like
by the
roses.
color. And I think this might be.
Yeah, those look beautiful.
So, but the rest of the stuff she gave us, which is still good, and that's why I'm not sure if 100%
this
it is.
This is Knit and Fiber Creations Tough Love Sock in the Rick colorway.
We got Twisted Sock here, same Knit Fiber Creations, Twisted Sock.
This is the Harry Potter Yarn Club exclusive, Travels with Trolls by Gilderoy Lockhart and Twisted Sock from knitcozy.com.
And this is a Harry Potter Club exclusive called Felix Felicis, which is the luck potion. Isn't that the luck potion? This is Hermione's beaded bag, also in Twisted Sock.
Cool.
And let's see what this is. Okay, this is a different one. This is Divergent. That one. That's the Divergent Yarn Club exclusive Erudite.
Yeah.
Twisted Sock.
And this is Hunger Games on Twisted Sock.
And this is Tough Love Sock, which is 80/20 Superwash Merino in the Amy colorway.
And this is an unknown sparkly yarn, and it looks like a bomb pop. It's like bomb pop colorway, doesn't it? Look like a bomb pop?
It does.
It's like, it makes me want to go, eh. Which I won't, because I'm going to obviously give this away.
4, 6, 8, and like almost 12 skeins of one.
We can give away one a month and have prize for a year.
So thank you very much.
Thank you. This is amazing, and everybody who watches the show is going to benefit from your kindness.
Oh, wait a minute. You know what?
What?
Knit and Fiber Creations hand-dyed yarn by Tammy Lampe.
Lamp or Lampy.
At knitandfibercreation.etsy.com.
Yeah, that's that one and this one, the Rick colorway. It's pretty.
Yeah, but they're all Knit and Fiber Creations, aren't they?
Well, no, this is knitcozy.com.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought they were all knit and fibers.
No.
I take it back.
They're all kinds in here. And then the mystery sock yarn, the Sparkle Bomb Pop.
Yeah,
I love
nice
the Sparkle Bomb Pop.
Blue
Moon. So that's awesome. And that, oh wait, I have bottles of bling, I forgot. I got another bag, of course. I got a bag from Lois of Knitting's My Bag.
Very pretty.
I love it. It has this fancy bird pattern, and then it has shiny gold chevrons on the inside. And it came with the cutest little stitch markers. They're summer stitch markers that look like this. 2 little flip-flops.
Cute.
And I have to tell you, I'll just be honest with you, this summer when I was at Lois's camp, she showed me all the fabric that she had gotten to do the next couple of updates. And as soon as she showed me this, I was like, I'm going to totally buy that bag when it comes out. Because I don't know, I just really think it's pretty. It reminds me of like...
Reminds me of the cross stitch that you did.
Yeah, it's like old-fashioned-y. It's got,
sorry,
birds and a key. This is the key right here. And vines, and I just like it. It reminds me of stencil art from early America. I think it's pretty. So that is my baubles and bling for the week. Like, I needed another bag. And I am coordinating it with my Firefly bag because it kind of picks up that aqua color that's in here.
Sure does.
Right there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see that?
I see it.
It's exactly the same color.
I'm not saying that.
So.
Only you would think about that.
I know. I have to show you. I am coordinating with my mustache bag. Because this is where I'm keeping my other fish hat project. I love this combo. The moth bag.
And the mustache.
And the mustache because they're both like black and white kind of looking and black accent. I thought that looked really nice together. I like them to coordinate.
Me, I'm using a Clinique makeup bag.
So different and yet so alike.
And then my other bag that's holding my blanket.
Note to self, don't get Sheila a bag.
LL Bean bag. Canvas. Of course it's going to be canvas.
Yep.
I know.
I was very proud of myself. I weeded down some of my like big knitting bag stash, like my old tote bags that I bought. I had some that I got at Walmart. A bunch of stuff that I never use anymore. I got rid of all that. So that's it for Baubles and Bling, yeah?
Yeah.
Crushes and heartbreaks. My crush is school's going well for my kids. I had a heartbreak that I was thinking of this morning, but now I don't remember what it is. Oh, my big heartbreak is that I am not going to the Outer Banks this year.
I was going to ask you that.
No. It's just not going to work out with Lily in a new school with new rules. When we know the administration better and they know that our child is a child that can take a week off, it won't be such a big issue. But right now, she only just got her schedule fixed. There was a mistake with her schedule. It's just, this is not a good time to be pulling her out of school for a week. But it's the first time in more than 30 years that I haven't gone to the beach in September. So it's kind of a heartbreak. My big crush is that all of the blip stuff is moved. Every single episode is on YouTube, and all but one episode has been moved to archive.org. And all of the links on the blog have been changed to reflect that. So I'm assuming that Blip has already deleted all of our files. I don't know if they have or not. Had a very negative interaction with them on Friday.
Oh, really?
Yes, I did. There were 8 of our files that were missing or broken links, and I sent an email to them, and all I said in the email was, I'm almost done moving it off, and I have 8 files that I can't move, because by then I only had I think by Friday I was down to 20 files, and I said I have just these few. I can't move them. And I was wondering if you could tell me if there's a way you can fix the broken links or recover the files, because I'd like to have the whole thing. And they wrote back the nastiest email advising me that they were not a data storage company and that it was not their responsibility if I could not access the files because I should have been managing my own data elsewhere, and that I could, if I wanted to know how to move a file, I needed to go to this. They gave me a page with links on it, and they told me how to do it. Well, at that point, I had moved 150 files, so I know how to move a file, but they did give me a link that I didn't know about to our source video. And so of the 8 that were missing, I was able to recover 7 of them. Mm-hmm. And the 8th one, I had already moved to YouTube a year ago. So I had a copy of it. It's on YouTube. It's just not on archive. Eventually, I'll suck it off. I'll gank it off of YouTube and put it over on archive. But all of the links have been to Blip have been removed from our blog. And if anyone finds one that's broken, because I'm sure I made a mistake somewhere, let me know and I'll fix it. But it was a nightmare.
Sounds it. I'm glad that you're done.
And I felt like sending a nasty letter back to them. And I didn't, because I realized it will do nothing. But I thought, the first year, yeah, it was a free service. After that, they made money off of the advertising that they forced us to have on our show. Eventually, we got some money from that. Not a lot, because we don't have 1 million viewers. So, as much as people say it was a free thing, it wasn't free. We were paying for it with our advertising.
Right.
And even if they were going to eventually kick us off or whatever, they didn't have to be nasty about it.
No.
They could have handled it in a way that, maybe someday I'm going to, produce a famous internet show. Will I go to Blip for that? No, I will not, because of the way they treated me. I might just be some 47-year-old housewife, but who knows? Somebody out there might be somebody that really will end up being somebody important who could bring them a lot of business, who will be like, you know what, they're kind of like dicks.
I know, for all I know, we could have been,
what?
There's a guy from Apple.
Oh, Steve Jobs.
Or Microsoft, or,
what's that? Bill Gates?
Yes. For all they know, we could have been Bill Gates'
secretly,
family or
right,
something.
we could be related to Bill Gates.
They don't know that.
So I just thought there's a way to handle customer service, and then there's a way to just be a jerk. Blip, you are a jerk. If you're thinking about doing an internet show, don't do it with Blip. Find another host. There are many more out there that will not be jerks to you. And that's all I have to say about that.
Okay. So crushes and heartbreaks. Kids are back in school. Seems to be going well. We had 3 days last week. My son wanted to go to Canopy Lake Park.
I was going to go with her, but I didn't want to go.
Neither did I.
I felt so bad saying no. I asked my husband. If my husband had been able to take the day off, I would have gone, hung out with you, and Jim could have, run the kids all around. But when he was like, I can't get out of work until 2, I was like, I don't want to go. And he said, don't go. So I texted you and said, I'm not going.
So we did this because my son Zachary loves Canopy Lake Park. Loves it, loves it, loves it. And this is what he wanted for his birthday. So we did that at, instead of a party. And he invited one friend. The friend, it was a neighbor friend. She was good. She was really good. But it wasn't who he truly wanted to bring.
Aww.
But I don't go on any of the rides because I get nauseous.
I do too now if it's a spinning ride.
Oh, I can't go on hardly any of them. And the ones I would have gone on would have gotten me wet. And it was not warm enough for that.
I thought it was going to be too warm. No. I ended up going to King Richard's Fair on Sunday and almost dying. It was so warm.
So what I did do, though, is I brought my blanket with me. And that's where I did most of my knitting on this thing was there. I did at least half of this. And then I ran out of yarn. So I got more at home. But I was walking and people were just I'm just walking and knitting. Because it's a simple knit stitch and people were not. I kind of liked freaking them out a little bit. But so we were there from a little after 11 till a little after 7. No, 7:30.
Well, that's fun.
8 hours of Canopy Lake Park.
So glad I didn't go.
Me sitting there,
oh my
spending
God.
a fortune.
Because you know what would have happened? We would have gone there, and then we still would have had to go to King Richard's Fair. And that just would have been too much. Too much for me.
So we went to IKEA on Monday with my sister-in-law, and I was thinking of you. We did purchase a bookcase for the boys. But I was thinking of you. If you've ever gone to IKEA, you'll probably know this. It's a time suck. You go in there, you have lunch, maybe not, and you come out and you're like, that was 4 hours of my life walking around a store.
You gotta know all the shortcuts, my friend.
Well, no, because we were doing it because my sister-in-law and
it is a time suck if you follow the path.
And my husband, anytime I made a suggestion, just shut it down.
Well, you have to like slowly make him think it's his idea.
Well, I mean, it wasn't like we were ready to buy anyways, but we need more seating in my living room. We only have a couch, and yes, all 4 of us can fit there.
But it would be nice if there was some opposing furniture so that
when
it would
I
be
have
more like
my
a conversational circle and not just everybody lined up like they're going to be shot on the firing squad.
Pretty much. So that was that. I'm trying to think.
Well, tell them what you really want is a carpet for the floor and be really insistent for it and then say, well, if I can't have the carpet, could I at least have more seating in here?
Yeah.
And then you can get it.
Because I really don't care about the carpet.
I know you don't. But it's like a thing that he hates. So you could really push on that and then be like, well, could I at least have this? And he might just go for it.
Maybe. I worked this weekend. I have a couple of weekends off and then I got to work again. It's so amazing how quickly that work weekend comes up.
I know. It seems like it's going to be 3 weeks away and then bam.
No, I figured it out. My schedule is so I get a day off before I work the weekend and I get a day off the week after I work the weekend. So 1 week, only 1 week is Monday through Friday.
Well, that's good.
And then 1 week is I usually get the Friday off, and then the week after that I usually get the Tuesday off.
So that's good.
Yeah, but it's weird. And the good thing is that they like paying overtime right now, so I'm taking it. I'm working this Saturday.
Good for you.
9 to 3. And it's time and a half overtime.
That's...
Yeah.
Remember the last job took away your overtime and your shift differential? Remember that crappy job that you were like, I don't want to give it up because I love it, Dave. And I said, you need a new job. You need a new job. You need a new job.
Talking about the other phlebotomy place.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was because... But, see, that was because they were bought. That's why. But I did. But I
had a crappy commute, too.
I don't miss that. Well, that's the thing.
That was a good job until it wasn't a good job. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. The thing was, it's funny because we were going down to IKEA, and I'm like, I know where that is. He goes, you do? I said, hon, I used to drive by it every day.
Me too.
3 days a week. He goes,
Actually,
really? You were driving that far? I'm like, yeah.
Actually, when I worked down there, I don't even think IKEA was in yet.
No, probably not.
But I had that same commute, only add 25 minutes to it.
Well, the funny part is during all this time driving, we picked my sister-in-law up at her place, and we're driving down there, and she's arguing with me on how to get there. I'm like, I know how to get there. I could do it blindfolded still. I know how to get there.
You never forget.
No, you never do.
So is that it for...
I'm sure I'm missing something.
And heartbreaks.
I'm sure I'm missing something.
It's been a long week.
That's one of the heartbreaks, too, is work has been really busy today. We typically have about 5 people doing the morning shift at 5 a.m. The last 2 days we have not. I do the ICU, which is not a lot of draws, I will freely admit. It can average from 3 to 10 on an average. I've yet to do 10.
So that's good.
Because they don't usually have it full. Full is 10. And yesterday I went and drew the mother-baby unit, which is really... Well, it's for the mothers. I'm not drawing the babies.
I know, but did you get to see babies? I would love that.
But see, you can't really see... We have one of these... one of the people who work there. Oh, I love going to the mother-baby unit. I love talking to them and seeing the babies. you really don't have time for that.
No, I would.
Hi, I'm so and so from the lab. Can you confirm your
I
name
wouldn't
and
really
date
talk
of
to him. I would just like looking at the babies.
But see, you don't even do that because you're in there to draw blood and that's it.
I know, but I would look at the baby.
Oh,
I'd
I
be
do,
like,
but they're all bundled
baby.
up.
But you can see the
I feel bad because there was
faces.
one woman that I had to draw, and I'm like, I'm sorry, she's holding the baby, and she was willing to just put out her arm, but yeah. I forget how they're like this big, you know, they're all bundled
they're
up.
Like
they're
a
so
loaf
teeny.
of bread. They're like
yeah,
this.
exactly.
You can hold them like this. I miss that.
So I
My
did that.
sister-in-law needs to have another baby so I can have a little fresh newborn again.
So today, after I was done with ICU, I went to a different floor and there were 15 draws. I'm like, ugh.
And that's a lot.
Well, considering I only do about 6 a day.
No,
not 6 a day, 6 in the morning. But no, a lot of the floors have between 18 and 20. For the morning draw. The morning draw is when we do the bulk of our draws. And then when we came down, swear to God, we couldn't breathe without having an outpatient there waiting for us. If not like 4 or 5. It was really busy. We only had 4 people today, and that's really short-handed. But we had 4 good people who were willing to work.
And that makes a huge difference.
You know, we only had 4 people, but it didn't, yes, we were busy, don't get me wrong, but it was not crazy because we had 4 people who wanted to work.
Who all pitched in.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
It was, so, you know, but I still wouldn't give it up. I really like this job. I like the people.
I think this is a good job. The commute's good.
The commute's good. I mean,
the
it pays okay, but the benefits are good.
You get overtime. That right there. And shift differential. There you go.
Yeah, that's true, too.
So, it's not the best that it could be.
No.
But it's better than
it's funny because what we do, we really should be getting paid more, but we don't.
No.
You know what I mean? In the scheme of things, like, you know, nurses do a lot, don't get me wrong. They do a lot, and they get paid well for it. But we do what we got to deal with.
Yeah.
And the fact that we don't get it. Yeah, that's always fun. So that's it.
Gossip and innuendo. I'm just going to reiterate, we have closed the thread for the shawls.
Yes, it is.
Prizes, we're actually, once we stop recording, we are going to draw prizes, and we'll announce them next week, because it's a lot. So
you know what prizes we're giving away, right?
Yeah, they're in there.
Just making sure.
Have the prize box out. And we're also drawing a winner for the Buried in Stash calendar, and the Knits That Breathe PDF next week. So
but you still have chances to enter for those.
Yeah, those threads are open. But but we did close that other thread. And we just want to say big thanks to everybody who participated in that, and that if you still have shawls you want to send,
please send them.
Please send them, yeah. So, yeah.
I think that's it.
Yes, that is that. Fiber events coming up. The only thing coming up is the Southern Adirondack Festival at the end of this month. Because it is September now. And I'm not going to that.
Ah, that's what I knew I wanted to say.
What?
My little guy's birthday's tomorrow.
That's right. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to my little miracle, because he really is a little miracle. He turns 11. 11. I don't know what it is. 11. 2 ones.
11.
2 ones. 11. Turns 11, and he's been telling us what he wants and what he's expecting.
Oh.
I want this, so when I get this, Mama, I'm like, oh, really now? So that was one of the emails I was reading earlier. I apologize. It was my husband suggesting certain things.
For him?
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
So my little guy is 11, my little miracle. And on that note, thanks for watching.
We'll see you next week with our big prize drawing extravaganza.
Prize-a-palooza.
Prize-a-palooza. It's another prize-a-palooza.
Ah, with heart.
Bye.